Okay, welcome to Ulday search channel. Today we are going to start a new course. Of course, it will be in two languages, Hindi and another will be in English. Now I am running this session only for English. I will try to focus on language first because usually I get mix up. This will not happen, inshallah. So this is the course, and I am going to give some briefing about this course. This is the beginning, which we are going to start. This is vSphere 7 course. So VMware vSphere virtualization, full course deep detail about it. I will try to cover as much as possible and give you more ideas and more practical experience, and it will help you in your exams also and your daily life. So my primary goal is to pass on knowledge. Okay, so here we go. Now the objective of this course is that after completing this course, you should be able to meet the following objective. Install and configure ESX host. Kindly go to my previous videos. I have nicely explained each and every installation in brief, and those I am not going to repeat because I have explained in English as well as in Urdu. You will find it in my link as well. So something which is time consuming, that I will not repeat here. I will just send you a link on that. Install and configure ESX host. Deploy and configure vCenter server appliance. So in ESX host, you have to deploy the vSphere vCenter. This vCenter is for managing all the ESX host and virtual machine and internal operations. This is the one key that is called vCenter. Use the vSphere client. vSphere client is one of the access to vCenter by which you will connect to vCenter. That is called vSphere client to manage the vCenter server inventory and the vCenter server configuration, from which you can deploy all the servers, virtual machines into your environment, and create virtual network and vSphere standard switches. So here you will be able to create the network switches, virtual network switches and I will explain you what is the benefits of the kernel port and normal port, how the switches, elastic port, everything I will explain you in that deep detail, and describe the storage technology supported by vSphere. vSphere is supporting many storage technologies, NFS, VMFS and other ESXi, and that I will explain in you in deep detail. Configure virtual storage using ESXi and NFS store. Yes, it is possible. If possible, I can try to get the ESXi, because you have to have some storage attached to it, which will be running on ESXi protocol. It's nothing but the network Ethernet card. Same will be used for Ethernet protocol and ESXi protocol. That's all, nothing else. You will assign a LUN on that and you will get this. So NFS is known to everybody, you can search it there. Create and manage VMFS data store. VMware is always utilizing a data store in VMFS. That is a common storage file format of the VMware. Use the vSphere client to create virtual machine. What? Template, clone and snapshot. These all feature virtual machine, template from the virtual machine, clone from the virtual machine, and snapshot of the virtual machine. So these all you will learn in this. Create a content library to deploy virtual machine. I have actually worked in my previous all the lectures on these all topics you have done, but on ESX host, not using vCenter. Now here we will be using vCenter. You can use the product without lessons for certain period of time. You have to finish it in that time. So I will try to finish it in that period of time. Otherwise I have to reinstall all the things without any licenses. Thank you. And next, here the objective is that manage virtual machine resources use. How the virtual machines resources are used, and migrate virtual machine with vSphere, vMotion and vSphere storage, vMotion. All the things will be covered into this course in deep details. And create and manage vSphere cluster. Cluster means in one vCenter you can have a cluster of 64 ESX hosts, which will give you a very big cluster of all the resources, and from there you can manage and enable the things. You can manage high availability and DRS, dynamic resource allocation, from the DRS service. So use vSphere Lifecycle Manager to perform upgrade. Means vSphere Lifecycle Manager is the one which will maintain the firmware update of all the virtual machine ESX hosts. And suppose you have in vCenter 64 ESX hosts, so you should not go to each and every ESX host to deploy and upgrade its firmware and other patches, updates. You will just pass that update from the Lifecycle Manager. It will go and flush it to all the equipment. Even if you want to upgrade the VM tool or something, that can be managed by this manager. So I have given you the topic. This course contains what? Introduction, which is running now. I'm going to introduce you what is that course stand for. Introduction of vSphere and the software defined data center. Second topic in this. So what is software defined data center? That we will explain you. I think if you go in my previous one session where I have given you what is software defined network, please go and look into it. You will get good idea about it, and then it will help you in this also. So please go through my previous videos also. And virtual machine, what is exactly the meaning of the virtual machine? vCenter server, these are the different modules of this course. And configuring and managing virtual network, because this is another full topic about the network, how the virtual network will be established and configured. Configuring and managing virtual storage. Virtual storage are different types of virtual storage. We will look into it and then we will explain. The seventh topic is virtual machine management, because you have to move virtual machine from one ESX host to other ESX host, vMotion and other things are done, and how to take the backup. This all will come into this virtual machine management. And resource management and monitoring. When everything is running, you have to observe the total how the things are running. What is the memory utilization? Where something is going wrong or something. Some virtual machine are taking high CPU utilization gigahertz into 11, 12 gigahertz. In one machine is taking wide taking. There could be some patch problem or some problem in the virtual machine. So these things can be monitored from this. And vSphere cluster, as I told you that vSphere vCenter can accommodate, and you can go up to 64 ESX hosts to form a cluster. When you form a cluster, all resources are bundled into one location, so you can pull out the resources from that. Now, vSphere Lifecycle Management. This, as I already told you, that you cannot go to each and every appliance to upgrade its firmware or anything or update the patch of ESX host. So you have to utilize the lifecycle management, so that will give you better idea and better smoothness and same level of firmware patching. Otherwise, they may cause some problem. So which is defined there. So now here I have explained you about it. Please share and subscribe to my channel, Ulday sir. And I have seen many people are viewing, but they are not subscribing. If you do not do that, it is not fair. Thank you for watching. I will give you the next in another session.